Hi Nancy, how are you?
Hey Michelle, good. How are you?
I'm fine. Do you have a minute? I want to talk to you about a few things.
Yeah, I do. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. I just wanted to let you know that I'm really enjoying being your preceptor, and the staff here are really enjoying working with you, and your assessment skills are really excellent. One small thing I have noticed, though, is that you're not always documenting after your client interactions.
Okay. I always do the documentation. I don't usually do it right after because I find that sometimes it gets in the way of all the work that I have to do throughout the day.
I know, and I can understand that. What's really important, though, is that if you need to document after each client. If you leave the documentation and then you see another client and then you go to document, you may forget what you did with one client or mix up the information. And that can lead to errors, and that is a concern.
Okay, no, I definitely see your point, and I will keep it in mind for the next time.
Okay. Well, let's think, though. What could you do in your day to maybe build in more time for documentation?
Um, Thinking about building in more time, I think is actually a great step. I think I'm gonna definitely have to schedule more time in between my clients, just so that when I finish with one, I will be able to work on the documentation right away, instead of having to worry about the next client coming in so quickly. I want to definitely get here earlier so that I can be more organized in the morning. And as well as, speaking of organization, I think I'm going to get myself one of those organizers so that I can keep track of
Good
all
idea.
the things I have to do.
Okay, that sounds great. Sounds like you're on the right track.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. There's just one thing I wanted to ask you, actually, was would I be able to get off a little bit early today, just because I have my grandmother's 75th surprise birthday
wow.
party tonight. And I know my mom and my aunts wanted me to help set up. So I was just wondering if that would be all right with you.
Okay, have you documented on the 2 clients you've seen this morning?
Well, not exactly. I still have to do that. And I have to see 2 clients this afternoon as well.
Okay, that's quite a bit. So do you think you're going to be able to get all of the work done and the documentation done before you leave early?
By tonight, that's going to be a little bit tough, I think.
Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe what I could do is I have a meeting this afternoon, and I could probably leave early, and I'll see your last client, and then hopefully will that give you enough time to get your documentation done on your first 3?
Yeah, that would definitely help me out. That's really nice of you. Are you sure, though?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But next week, things are going to be different, right?
Okay, I promise. Next week, I'll definitely be on the ball.
Okay, not a problem. All right, well, have fun at your grandmother's birthday party.
Okay, thank you.